Imagine this. You walk into your living room and you find your dog rolling on the floor in pain,
What the dog doing?
while your cat stares at you with a look that screams, "You really fell for that?" Well, yes, you just became the latest victim of the classic dog-cat prank duo. However, this little scenario begs the question, do animals actually have a sense of humor? Are our furry, feathery, and scaly friends capable of finding things funny? Or are we just projecting our own emotions onto them? Well, let's find out. We'll start by understanding what actually makes something funny. Humor, in its simplest form, is anything that makes us laugh or smile. It's that magical blending of surprise, incongruity, and timing that tickles our funny bones. I know you know this already, but here's another opportunity to think about it. What makes a joke funny? Now, often it's the unexpected punchline that catches us off guard, or maybe it's that silly face your friend makes during a serious conversation. Any way that you choose to put it, humor thrives on the element of surprise and the delightful absurdity that breaks the norm. Now, translating this to the animal kingdom, we have to ask, do animals experience surprise or recognize absurdity in ways that could make them laugh? Do they have their own versions of knock-knock jokes or playful antics that we might interpret as humorous? I mean, is your dog actually a secret stand-up comedian? See, as humans, we have a funny habit of seeing ourselves in everything around us. This is called anthropomorphism, a fancy word for when we attribute human traits and emotions to animals. Now, we've all done it, right? Like when you swear that your cat's giving you the stink eye for feeding it the cheap kibble. Now, take for example, the viral videos of animals that seem to be laughing or playing pranks. There's that famous clip of the parrot imitating a laugh after playing a trick, or the dog that looks like it's grinning after sneaking a treat. We can't help but see a bit of ourselves in these moments. But here's the thing, our tendency to anthropomorphize can sometimes cloud our judgment. We might be projecting our own sense of humor onto these animals, interpreting their behavior through a human lens. Now, when your dog rolls over and gives you that goofy grin, is it really laughing with you, or just responding to your excited tone? Understanding this bias is crucial. While it makes the world a more charming and relatable place, it's important to balance our human perspective with what science tells us about animal behavior. So, are animals really jokesters, or are we just seeing what we want to see? Well, let's see what the experts have to say about our giggling monkeys and prankster parrots. Let's begin with our closest relatives in the animal kingdom, primates. Researchers have observed chimpanzees and gorillas engaging in what looks like playful teasing. For instance, chimps have been seen playing tag games and even laughing. Yes, laughing! With a distinct vocalization that sounds like a chuckle when tickled or during play. Dogs also exhibit behaviors that could be interpreted as humorous. They play bow, engage in mock fights, and sometimes even seem to play tricks on their human companions. Have you ever had your dog steal your sock and then look back at you as if waiting for a chase? Now tell me a more classic canine comedy. Similarly, parrots and crows are notorious for their playful antics. Parrots have been found repeatedly mimicking laughter and teasing their human or animal friends. Crows, with their impressive intelligence, have been known to play games and even use tools in ways that would suggest a sense of fun. Dolphins have been seen riding waves humorously, playing with objects, and even interacting with humans in ways that seem to show enjoyment and amusement. So, what do these tell us? While it might be tempting to conclude that animals do have a sense of humor, some researchers would argue that these behaviors are simply just social or survival mechanisms, and not true humor as humans understand it. They say that what we see as humor might just be the animals responding to stimuli in ways that are beneficial for their social structures or their survival. For example, a chimpanzee's laughter might be more about social bonding than finding something funny. Despite the debate, The evidence of playful and seemingly humorous behavior in animals is compelling, but is it enough to say that animals have a sense of humor, or are we just still seeing things through our own anthropomorphic lenses? Humor is not just about having fun, it involves cognitive processes and emotions. To understand this in full, we need to look deeper into the emotional and cognitive capabilities of animals. I mean, I know that animals can play and mimic, but what about their emotional lives? Can they actually experience emotions in a way that would allow for humor? Well, yes, and research has proven it. Research has shown that many animals do actually experience a range of emotions. Dogs, for example, are known for their loyalty and affection. They can exhibit signs of happiness, sadness, and even jealousy. Cats, despite their aloof reputation, also show affection and can sometimes seem to sulk when they don't get their way. However, emotions alone don't equate to humor. For humor, beyond emotions, animals need a certain level of cognitive ability. Cognitive skills like problem solving, memory, and the ability to understand cause and effect are crucial. Now, guess what? Chimpanzees and gorillas, for example, have demonstrated the ability to use tools, recognize themselves in mirrors, and even understand basic sign language. Coco the gorilla and Kanzi the bonobo are famous examples, showing that some primates can grasp complex concepts and communicate in ways that suggest a deeper understanding of the world around them. Now, when you combine these cognitive skills with emotional depth, the picture becomes more clear. A chimpanzee playing a trick on another might be doing so, not just out of instinct, but because it understands the surprise and reaction it will provoke. This interplay of cognition and emotion is where the seeds of humor might be found. We have to also note that intelligence and emotional depth vary widely across the animal kingdom. While primates and some mammals like dolphins exhibit high levels of both, even birds like crows and parrots have shown remarkable intelligence and problem-solving abilities. So now I ask once again, do animals have the potential for humor? Well, with their emotional complexity and cognitive abilities, it seems to be quite possible. They might not write stand-up comedy routines, but their playful and sometimes mischievous behavior suggests that they could indeed have a sense of humor. I mean, heck, the evidence suggests that many animals engage in behaviors that look a lot like humor. So, personally, I like to think that animals do have their own quirky ways of enjoying life. Whether it's a dog playing tricks, a parrot mimicking laughter, a chimpanzee engaging in playful teasing, or just your cat playing hide and seek. These behaviors hint at a playful spirit that's hard to ignore. But what do you think? Have you ever witnessed your pets or animals in the wild doing something that made you think they were having a good laugh? Be sure to share your funniest animal stories in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going, and maybe I'll even feature some of your stories in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.